Hi, everybody, and welcome back. If you're new, this is Silky Intuitive, and I'm Nancy. And we want to take a look at, I don't know, we just want to look at life in general. I was going to do the daily, and I guess that's what this is, but I thought I'd bring out several decks and we'd just open it up and see what Spirit wants to talk about. Whether it's love, whether it's business, I can't be sure. So I'll do a quick shuffle. I see at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. We'll see how relevant it is to the reading that we're going to do tonight. Let's just see what happens. Thought I'd put formality aside and just throw some cards. See what's going on. I've been doing a lot of private readings. The private readings, guys, again, thank you so very much. Some of the messages have been confusing. Some of them have been downright painful. And so maybe we're going to take a continuation of some of those energies and move through. So if I've done a reading for you recently, and the energy wasn't what you wanted it to be, pay close attention. If I've done a reading for you, a private reading, and you needed more information than what you actually got, let's maybe try to pull in more of that energy and see if we can come to some conclusions for those of you who just are not getting the answers that you need out of life. This is an open reading for everybody. And I think what we're being guided to do is something flipped over inside the deck, but I have not found it yet. So we'll see if it's important. It'll show itself. There it is. Whoa, 2 cards. Okay, that's interesting. So we had 2 flip over in mid-shuffle, and I think I'm just about done with that shuffle, because I think we're onto something here. First of all, we are looking at putting something to rest. You know what? I'm going to help dim this light, I think. I'm going to try. Let's see if I can get close enough to it and kind of dim it. I bet I have a cloth that I put over a light. It helps to eliminate some of the glare. How's that? Is that better? I hope so. I hope so. All right. We've got the Hangman. And like I said, we have this feeling here that some of you have been hung up on a situation. Maybe hurtful, maybe painful, but you feel like you've made a sacrifice in one way or another. Maybe it's connected to work. Maybe it's connected to family. Maybe it's connected to love. But whatever the situation is, for some of you, you've been hung up. It's been a hardship. Sometimes it's been a burden. Or it's been a relationship that's a burden. But something is weighing heavy on you. You've made the sacrifices that you wanted to make or that you even needed to make, whether you wanted to make those sacrifices or not. And it's time to lay something to rest. But what is it? I don't know yet. Do I need to shuffle anymore? No, I need to cut. You're here. Focusing on money. For some of you, this is about your security. Maybe it's about your home. Maybe it's about equal give and take. Maybe this is saying that there is a lack of balance in a situation. Maybe you've been stuck in that situation for a while. Like I said, maybe there's been an imbalance in a situation in your life that's been hard, it's been tiresome, it's been a burden. You've waited a long time to bring the situation to a conclusion. Maybe these two cards are telling you that it's time to lay the burden aside. It's time to give it up. It's time to call it a day. Let go of whatever is weighing you down. You've been hung up in one position for far too long. And maybe, just maybe, right now, it's time to let go. Come down off of that perch. Get out of that state of limbo. Because maybe you're looking to come out of a time of need and establish more balance. The 5 and the 6 of Pentacles. One progressing from the other. Leaving a feeling of need. Sometimes a feeling of desperation. Sometimes it's, in some readings, it can talk about a third party in a relationship and you being left behind. Sometimes you're left behind with your children. Sometimes you're being left alone. Maybe, sometimes, if you're caught up in that kind of a situation, someone has left you. You need to regain the balance in your life. There's a lack of harmony. Now, I'm only going to show you because we're focusing only on these cards. But I think it's really important that you see the 9 of Cups. An abundance of good things. Love, hope, prosperity, good food, good drink, friends, happy occasions, and a destiny. Something you're meant to do. Maybe this is a karmic cycle that you're meant to break because it's been heavy, because it's been a burden, because it's been trying on your heart. And it's time maybe to change your destiny, to look at something in a whole new way. What have we got? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to show you what's at the bottom of this deck. I have been reading off the bottom of the deck for days in my private readings. This is for somebody. You've got someone in your life who's deceiving you. This is someone who is a dirty, rotten thief, coward. He or she cheats, lies, scams. They could be the reason why some of you are feeling so left out. Feeling like there's a lack of balance in your life. Feeling as if you've been stuck in one place. And life has been a burden. It's been heavy. It's been weighing you down emotionally, physically. It can break down your body. It's so emotionally trying. And sometimes this is the guy, this is the person, this is the situation that is robbing you. Maybe of your dignity, maybe of your money, your identity. Robbing you of something in your life. Something that speaks to your morals, your character. Someone is taking something valued away from you with this card. It's a situation where there's been a struggle, some difficulty, maybe fighting, maybe verbal attacks, from somebody, but this is a situation that's been brewing for a while. There's a real element that there's some back and forth, some fighting. I don't think it's over two people. I think it's a situation for some of you where there's maybe three people. Maybe there's even more than that. But it feels to me like there's a deception around celebration. It feels very much like you're in a relationship with someone who takes off by themselves, maybe with their friends, and they go and they hang out and they party and they get drunk and they hook up with partners, sex partners, or they indulge with people and do things that just are not right for people in committed couples. But someone is in a committed couple, and someone is breaking all the rules. And that's just a message that I'm getting. And sometimes I'll do that. If I'm not going with the cards, that's because I have a whole different set of messages coming through for you. The cards just ignite the message. And pardon me, but I am merely the messenger. Now, the Five of Cups. We have a sense of loss, a feeling of disappointment. For some of you, someone has let us down, or we've been disappointed by a situation that we thought was going to be more promising. But we have spilt, well, for here, it's spilt wine. Somebody spilt the wine. But you're really kind of overlooking the fact that there's two full cups still standing behind, still available, potential still there. But maybe right now you're really too caught up in your emotions to be able to concentrate on what the possibilities might still be around a broken relationship. I always get you guys. Well, yes. So next we have the Sun. We're looking forward to brighter days, to better times, to new cycles. Something brand new coming in. I don't know if it's with the same person. We haven't seen that part yet. But this is really about the enjoyment of a better time, being more positive in your life, completing cycles that have been old and worn out and just plain bad. And now you're looking at what is new, what is fresh, what is good, and what is just starting up in your life that you can look at, be proud of, and be happy that you're going there. And for some of you, it's about money. It's about security. It's about landing a better job. It's about getting the promotion that you've been seeking. It's that disappointment of really being drug out, interviewed to death, just taken to task about everything you've ever done in order to gain something better. But look at you now. You're prosperous. You're growing. You're coming out of a place where you've been disappointed on whatever it is you're working at. Whether you're working on your career or you're working on a relationship with a loved one. This is success. This is a better time ahead. It's a better time ahead. After a time when you've been questioning your life and maybe being somewhat disappointed in what has or has not been happening. Well, Well, again, I'm going to go back to the fact that this could very well be about what you do, how you earn your money. It can talk about your health. This can talk about struggles with your health, but working on it diligently to make your body stronger, to make a better you after a disappointing time. It's about changing your body to be a better person. So if you're working on that part of your life, this is saying there's success and better times ahead because you've taken the time and you've had the wherewithal to improve your body, to change things for the better so that you can live a stronger, happier life. The Justice card. Yeah, balance, harmony. Righting all wrongs, correcting the things that have been obstacles, getting the obstacles out of your way so that you can move forward. For some of you, this can represent, yes, actual legal processes where there's been a struggle, been a fight, been a separation of some kind. But for some of you, this says that those things will be corrected. The things that were obstacles will be removed so that your path can be clear. For some of you, the removal of a negative situation will happen. Again, in order for you to move closer to prosperity, closer to a better life. And it's transformational. It's life-changing for some of you. It says that the old things that don't work in your life anymore are going to be eliminated. They're either just going to naturally fall away in divine timing, or you are going to be responsible for removing whatever obstacle is in your way. But once you do that, there's a rebirth. There's a new day. There's a rising of the spirit that changes. It changes your life. It changes who you are. Again, it could force you to change direction. Complete manifestation. The Seven of Pentacles can talk about working yourself to exhaustion. Knowing that physical growth of the financial kind is of the utmost importance when you're looking for success, when you're looking for progress. Hard work and financial growth is absolutely important. You can't have anything in this world unless you have finances. If you don't have a substantial finance, you cannot live a good life, a happy life, one that's fruitful, one that's abundant. So during this process, some of you are going to be working yourself to exhaustion. This is saying, take care of yourself. There will always be time for examination of what you have done. But this is exhaustion, especially when we're talking about improving health. So, exhaustion. To the point where you may need to take a trip, enjoy yourselves, maybe meet up with a friend. Just take some time. Take some time to rejuvenate, replenish, express love to your friends. Lighten your load. Because there may be an ending coming. Maybe you're reflecting on your situation because you know something about it is coming to a conclusion. It can sometimes be a rough conclusion, right? I don't know many conclusions that aren't sometimes severe. For some of you, it's a workplace situation. For some of you, this is a romantic situation that has been going on in someone's workplace. And this is just a message I'm getting. This is not going to be for all of you. I'm supposed to be saying right now that one of you is examining a relationship where your spouse, your other, your significant person leaves for work and they meet up with a love interest. I think it's in their office, on their day-to-day. It's part of what they do. It's also, for some of you, the situation that is about to come to an end. A certain end. And some of you are really looking forward to ending it. Honestly. It's been a tremendous weight. And part of what you have been wanting, truly wanting, is for that situation to be over. Because you have a hope that there's something better for you once you release this old situation. Now we have a feeling of slow-moving security. And maybe he's just here to talk about gaining a more stable financial road ahead of us. We don't really know why he's here. He could talk about a younger, much younger. Depends on how old you are and how young you like them. But it could talk about a younger person coming into your world. Could talk about a family member. Help, support during a trying time. Well, the High Priestess is here, using your intuition to decide what road it is you want to take. Where do you want to go with the situation? Examining within yourself whether you have the inner strength. Can you handle the pressure of being alone? Can you handle loneliness? Because when you leave a trying relationship, trust me, I know, there's often a real sense of loneliness. And there's an inner strength. There's a real inner strength that needs to go on here. Now we have another message about your money. And I have to say that with all of these pentacles here, a lot of you, if you are leaving an abusive relationship in one way or another, a lot of the choices you're making right now are really about money. It really does, pardon me, boil down to your finances. Pardon me again, and having clarity. The King of Swords. Having clarity on the direction that you're moving in. Clarity about the changes. Clarity about your life, your security. How well you're going to do if you leave and move on. This guy has clarity. He knows where he's going. He knows what he's doing. And he knows what he wants. He's usually very blunt, to the point. To the point where he can almost be hurtful. We also have a King of Cups. Now it's getting interesting. Because now we have two energies here. Two suitable energies. One of them feels like a love interest. So I almost feel like somebody leaves a relationship, something of an abusive nature, behind, and finds out very quickly that there are love opportunities in front of them. There's a chance here for somebody to have love again. The offer will be there. The opportunity will be shared. Whether or not you take the opportunity, I'm not sure. This sure sounds like a very interesting reading. If any of you are resonating with this and you want to go further with it, reach out to me at my website. For some of you, it's about marriage. For some of you, you're leaving a marriage behind because you've met someone new. If you haven't met someone new, you might be. And you might also be getting married again quickly too. Because the Hierophant has placed himself here after the Justice card. That would tell me that some of you may be jumping from the frying pan into the fire. Congratulations, whoever you are. The Empress. Some of you may be welcoming new children into your life. When you meet this new person, I almost really get the feeling that some of you have something new coming your way. Very fertile, creative, maybe even energetically, sexually creative. You might be going there. You might be going from a relationship that frankly was romantically boring to something that's quite fertile and promising and romantically creative. Now the Queen of Swords. Some of you are going to actually do this again once you have released an old relationship. Because here we have the Queen of Swords. She's the widower. She's the divorcee. She's the woman who has removed love from her life. This woman who's removed love from her life. And she could be an air sign. Queen bitch, as we like to call her. She can quickly change her mind. And she may be changing her mind about a love situation. Now we have the Nine of Swords. Contemplation. Up late at night. Unable to make a decision, maybe. Torn between two loves. Are you in the process of leaving a bad situation when out of nowhere comes someone new? And now you're spending your nights up, not knowing what to do, not knowing which love to pick, male or female, heterosexual, bisexual, gay, straight, queer, trans, doesn't matter. You've met somebody, and they're all, everyone you know is looking at you, wondering what you could be thinking. Because you're barely out of one situation, and you're right back looking at a new one, not knowing what to do. But what you do know, you need balance. You feel like you've been knocked off your feet because out of nowhere, a new love comes along and knocks you over the head. So now I gotta grab my love cards. Okay, they're right here. I didn't know why I needed my love cards, but I needed my love cards. I got my love cards. All right, here we go. So, looks like one person or maybe several of you are looking at new love, right? Like almost immediately after signing your divorce papers or even filing. I feel like you filed for divorce and you turn around and that perfect person was standing there. Well, first of all, we got the Five of Wands. Challenging times. And I would guess so. If you're going to be going from one relationship right into another one, that can be a challenge. The Hermit. Seek guidance. Seek counsel. Ask for advice. Someone in the situation really needs advice from a wise person, someone that they can trust, someone that they know can guide them in the right direction. Because I almost think you feel lost. Whoever you are, you're feeling lost. You're feeling like nobody understands you. People are looking at you like you're nuts because you haven't even left an old relationship. This is saying that you may need advice. You may need help. Five of Cups. Again, this is the card of looking at what you've lost, focusing on what you've lost. Change your focus. We had it earlier in this reading. This is a repeat. Change your focus. Look at things differently. Change the way maybe you look at love. Have you done the same thing over and over again and expected a different result? You know, sometimes we need to look at something differently to understand why we do what we do. And maybe that's the message here. It's time to change the way you look at things. It also says you may need to take time to rest. Again, we're going to talk about taking care of ourselves. When we're emotionally depleted, going through a hardship, having a difficult time, it's often important to rest and think about what it is that we are doing. What do we want? Where do we want to go? How do we want things to work for us? We've got to take time to think. Sometimes just think about anything. Open yourself up to a different way of doing things. If you're somebody who falls in love with everybody that walks by you. Try a new way. Open yourself up to a new way of doing things, because sometimes we keep repeating the same mistakes. Here we go. Here we go. The High Priestess, again, use your intuition. You know what you want. Do you want to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again? Because for someone who is not even finished with a marriage and they're looking at someone new, this might be Spirit saying, maybe you need to change your focus. Look at things a little bit different, because you may just end up yet again in the same situation. Because it's karma, the Wheel of Fortune. Again, the karmic energy that makes you make the same mistakes over and over and over again. It's that repeat cycle. Where did it go? It's the repeat cycle. It's here somewhere. It's the repeat cycle. It's karma. Over and over and over again. Win or lose. What are you going to do about it? What do you choose? Is this a situation you can win? Or does it look and feel like something you might lose at yet again? Because some of us just keep repeating the same cycles. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes we repeat the same cycles, and sometimes we make the same mistakes over and over again. Spirit is asking you, do you want to win or do you want to lose? Success and growth. Whatever it is that you're wanting, whatever it is that you're looking to achieve, whether you've fallen in love again for the 100th time with a guy for, love at first sight for the 100th time. Making the same mistakes in career, same mistakes with money, same mistakes with love. You're growing, you're learning, and you're growing, and you're going to have success the next time around. But you have to ask yourself, can I win this fight? Is it karma again? Can I open myself up to a new way of doing things, a new way of looking at things? Can I change my focus? Can I ask for help? And can I look at the situation honestly and listen to my instincts? What does my gut tell me about this situation? Well, here we have the devil. This guy is the master of the heart. He can trap your heart in a moment. He can enslave you. And that's what I was worried about. I was worried about yet someone out there doing the same thing that they've always done. They get their heart trapped by someone. And then they don't know how to release, because it's the same thing that they've done 100 times before. And someone enslaves their heart, and they end up being broken, and then they're trapped. And then they repeat that karmic cycle over and over and over again. It's about being chained to love for the millionth time. This is asking whoever this is for, do you want to have your heart chained again and repeat a cycle that you've done before? Or are you really open to changing the way you do things and moving in a different direction? Because for some reason, For whoever this is, you always end up feeling alone. You fall in love with these people, and then you're alone because you give too much of yourself away. You let someone have way too much of yourself, and you end up feeling alone. You're in love, and yet you feel alone. It happens every day. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. This can be a stronger bond with yourself, a stronger bond with the earth, a stronger bond with spirit. This is establishing a first-time strong bond with someone or something that is going to transform your life. But first you have to unchain your heart from where it's been enslaved. Maybe again, maybe over and over again in a repeat cycle. That's what I call enslavement of the heart. All right. We're going to end with a James Van Praagh. Let's end with some James Van Praagh. I'm not going to do the gypsies tonight. Don't think we need them. I think what we need is to let this subject rest. Do I have one? Whoa, no. Too many. I've got 4 of them here. And it all makes sense, honestly. The first one that fell out was the card that says fear. It says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. It's coming out of the fear. It's coming out of the fear of doing something differently. It comes out of the fear of trying something, doing it differently. Because it's going to change. It's going to change. Doubt. I release the need to know all of the answers. I guess this could pertain to self-doubt. Doubting that love will ever come again. The insecurity of not knowing whether this chance will ever come again. But what happens is you fall in love with the same person. I know this story. I lived it. You fall in love with the same kind of person and you end up with the same kind of feelings. It's cyclical. It keeps happening. And it leaves you with a sense of doubt. Forgiveness. This says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So, if you have to forgive anyone, if you have to forgive yourself, let that happen. Let that happen. It only opens you up for a different experience to flow into your life. If you stop making the same mistakes and approach things in a different way, forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made, for the doubts you've had about yourself, for all of the fear about moving forward in a different way, love will happen. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And maybe for you, some of the things that are good is letting go of the bad. I hope you understand that. I think that's all I've got for you guys tonight. Is there anything else? I think that's all I've got. If you guys want a reading meant just for you, you can reach out to me through my Weebly website. The link is down below. If you want to look at your love video for the week, that's at my Vimeo channel. I leave that link down below. Now over at Vimeo, I've got life purpose videos cut out for each sign. I do have work for timed periods. If that's the case, it will say so there. It will give a date. If not, they're open readings and they're great for energy and they're just great for situations. Go take a look. I've got topics like crazy over there that you can take a look at. So go over there and have a look. And again, at my Weebly channel, you'll get reading information. Guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. I hope I didn't hurt or offend anyone here. I'm the messenger. And my guide, he can be rough sometimes, but we love him. And otherwise, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another, everybody that you love, everybody that loves you right back. And peace.